At some point, all apps started to look the same. The same buttons, the same dashboards, the same forms, and honestly, it's not that surprising. A huge part of React ecosystem now use Shadcn UI as its starting point. As a result, more and more products end up looking very similar. So when I came across COSS UI, I started wondering, would this finally be a real alternative to Shadcn UI? So what exactly is COSS UI? At first glance, it looks like just another Shadcn UI clone. After all, it has a lot of familiar ideas. React components, Tailwind CSS style, a copy and paste approach, and even the Shadcn CLI for installation. But COSS UI is trying to do something slightly different. The team behind the project, including the people at cal.com, isn't trying to build just another component library. Instead, they are building a complete UI system based on base UI, with components and conventions inspired by real production applications. To understand COSS UI, let's first look at how to install and use it. The installation process is designed around two very clear parts. On one side, you have the setup for new projects. With a single command, you get the entire design system installed. UI, components, colors, global variables, and even fonts already configured for you. On the other side, there are existing projects, and the process is just as simple. You don't need to rebuild everything. You can add COSS UI to your current project either by installing all the UI components or only specific parts such as the styling system or color tokens. For this video, we are going to follow the recommended paths and start with a new project so we can see exactly what gets installed automatically. For this project, I will go with Next.js framework. Then we have to give a name to our project. After that, the installation will start automatically. Now, let's take a look at what COSS UI actually adds to the project. Many important files appear right away. First, we have component.json file. This is the main configuration file used by the CLI. It defines how components are installed, where they are placed, and how the project is structured. Next, we have utils inside the lib folder. It helps combine CSS classes cleanly, especially when working with Tailwind CSS style. Then, inside the hooks folder, we have used media query. This is a simple React hook that detects screen size. Next, we have theme provider inside the components folder. This file handles things like light mode, dark mode, and the design variables used across the app. Then we have the UI folder inside components. This is where all the library's components live. Buttons, dialogues, cards, inputs, dropdowns, and many other UI elements are stored here. Each component is added directly to your project. That means you fully own the code and can modify it however you want. Finally, we have the main layout file inside the app folder. This is the entry point of a Next.js application. Now, let's start the application. Once the project is running, we are greeted with a very simple homepage. There is a button component and a keyboard shortcut that lets us switch between light and dark modes. At this point, everything is ready. You can start using your components from the library anywhere in your application. But COSS UI doesn't stop at components. The library also includes particles. These are pre-built interface patterns that combine multiple components for common use cases. You will find things like forms and cards, search interfaces, and many other patterns that are ready to be used in a real application. So, is COSS UI a real alternative to Shadcn UI? I think the answer is yes. Not because it completely replaces Shadcn UI, but because it takes a different approach. It's still early, but it's already offering something that feels different from the growing number of Shadcn clones. And that's exactly what makes it interesting.